Now, we mentioned the terms authority and relevancy. So what are they? Well, authority is how important or powerful your site is in its industry. Now, if you're a startup, you don't really have any authority, right? It's like a newborn. Newborn doesn't really know how to do anything but eat, poop, and sleep, right? They have to learn. They have to grow. Websites tend to have to do the same thing. But sites that have been around for a long time, that have been putting out lots of content, matured sites, they've been out forever. They've got people recommending them in the form of links. They've got links from really well-known sources, and they've become the powerful site in the industry. For example, if you were to say, if I asked you, hey, who are the top authoritative websites in the auto rental industry? Maybe you think Hertz, maybe you think Enterprise, maybe you think Dollar, whatever it may be. But you kind of have a name in mind. If I said, who is the authority in fast food? You might say McDonald's, you might say Burger King, you might say whoever your favorite is, right? But these are names that you don't have to go out and think about it. They built a brand, they built, all this backlog of history that you've come to know, that you respect, that you value. And authority basically is how important or powerful your site is in its industry. Okay. And so authority is built by acquiring links from other high quality websites pointed back at your website. And the more of those that you have, the better. Typically, links that are coming to your website from other websites, we call the link that's on that other website, we call it a backlink, right? They are linking back to you, all right? And just think of that backlink like a referral. The better or more valued you feel the source of the referral is, the more important you perceive the referral to be. And the same is true with links. The better, the more authoritative, the more valuable the pages that's linking to you, the more important and the more value it passes along to you, okay? Now, relevancy, on the other hand, requires that your site be relevant to the particular topic at hand. And for a page to rank well for a particular search, it must be both authoritative and relevant. And so if you're new to a business or an area, whatever that may be, and you are wondering why you're not ranking at the top of Google just yet, well, it's likely that you have no authority and little relevancy, or you're just building these things up. And they do take time to build up. And so, oftentimes you'll hear things that, SEO say, oh, it takes 3 to 6 months to get anywhere. And that might be true that, yeah, to rank at the top, it may take you a long time. And in fact, you may never get to the very, very top. If you're trying to get into the field of, let's say, digital cameras, you're never going to rank at the top of Google for sure, because people like Amazon and Best Buy, and even the camera manufacturers don't show up at the top of Google if you type in a term like digital cameras. If I go here and type in digital cameras, look. Here's Best Buy. Here's PC Magazine with the best cameras for 2023. Here's B&H Photo, the camera site that's been around forever. There's Amazon. Here's some, image stuff here with some shopping going on in there. But it's not like a link to a single page. It's a bunch. There's B&H, it's Amazon, Best Buy, Adorama. Here's Target and ratings. Now you do have some brands that are showing up because they're well known, and Google is adding this sort of section into Google. But, the brands, Nikon, Canon, Sony, they're not in the top 10 actual rankings at all. They're just sitting out there. And so it'd be very difficult. It would be impossible almost to rank for digital cameras because of who you're going up against, unless you were one of these, if you were Target maybe, and you're really trying to expand, well, Target's actually here, forget Target. But that's my point. Like, you have to have the same budgeting and marketing and background to get. So trying to rank for a term like digital cameras here is going to be very, very difficult, if not impossible to do. Now, if you're trying to sell digital cameras in a particular location, like I'm in the Tampa Bay area, somebody said digital cameras in Tampa or near me, well, yeah, then we can start talking about getting ranked. But you got to be careful about that. You got to understand who the authorities are in your industry, what the potential is for you to actually get ranked at the top of Google, and understand that, hey, if you have no authority and no relevancy, it's unlikely you're going to get ranked. Now, I mentioned someone saying digital cameras in Tampa or near me, and they live in Tampa. Well, there's your relevancy, right? You're near them. You're in Tampa. You say you're in Tampa. They're looking for Tampa. That makes you relevant, and thereby gives you a better shot at getting found. But the more important you are, authority, the more links you have, the more that grows, the more chances you have of showing up at the top for lots of different things.